I packaged it up well. Let's hope it's in good shape. Well, yeah, probably could have done with a slightly bigger box. Oh yeah, she's going to need some work. Look at that. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, this is my latest eBay purchase. Thought I'd try and get a cheap one, and maybe just needed a bit of fixing up, painting, that kind of thing, and I'd be away with a cheap one. But this one's arrived. It did come with a roof that was sort of hanging off, not really fitted properly. Kind of like it with the roof off, but having got it here, I realise it's a lot worse than you could see in the pictures. I've already had to straighten out a gear just so that the clutch thing would work. But basically, this is obviously quite old, but unlike a lot of the old steam locos that don't get used, this one has had a lot of use. And it's got some bits missing, which is disappointing. I do have the steering thing, but the gear's missing off the end, so I need to buy a whole new one of those, and it's bent. It's been resoldered badly, and I can see some of the solder joints are cracked. Obviously the flywheel, I'm sure, didn't look like that originally. I've oiled it up, but what really concerns me is there's quite a bit of play in that shaft, but it fairly forgiving, it'll be fine. But where it really concerns me, I don't know how you can see this, but there is just a massive amount of play in the connecting rod, both ends. There's a lot of play in the piston, especially around the rod. But the worst part of all is the valve gear is just ridiculous. It's just flopping around like you wouldn't believe. Now, the other thing that concerns me a little bit is there's sort of a mark here which looks like a corrosion leak of the boiler. That's what it looks like. So not sure, but we could be also the bottom plate's missing here, the handle from the burner's missing. So there's very little thread. This is semi-stripped. Right, let's fire her up. Let's see if this thing will do anything at all. Yeah, so there's not a lot that's good about this, quite frankly. Might even scrap it for parts. It's in such bad shape, but let's see. I'm right on the edge. It would be a nice project. I'd enjoy doing it. Okay, so that's ridiculous. Oh my word, that is ridiculous. Look at that. Yeah. Well, the whistle works and the boiler isn't leaking, but we've got knackered wheels knackered valve gear, knackered piston, knackered connecting rod, missing parts, knackered pressure relief valve. So here's what I'm going to do. I think I need to decide what's going to be salvageable. Well, it's all going to need stripping, and this is either going to be scrap parts or and I guess it comes down to how many bits need replacing. So I think I'm going to flush the boiler, check that it doesn't spring a whole bunch of leaks, and then I'm going to strip the valve gear down. Maybe I can make an oversized valve rod. Maybe I could put some slightly bigger screws in here or something. Take up a bit of that slack. Maybe the piston's recoverable. Or maybe I could fit an O-ring. Ooh, interesting choices. First thing, let's get it apart.